He's been making me so mad.
That was
and then
actually
people in the
shocking to
comments
me.
go, "Isn't this like an exact Louis C.K. bit?"
Six people.
And then people under that go, "Oh, correct me if I'm wrong, but are jokes intellectual property?"
Yeah.
You're like, yes, that's actually one of the definitions of intellectual property.
Six people in the comments that don't have vitamin D deficiencies that remember another comic that did a great iconic joke.
That'll happen online now. You'll see something deliberately stolen, and you'll go to the comments to see if anyone has called it out.
Does anyone remember or care?
I just saw the fucking MrBeast uploaded a video that was beat for beat the Jackass jet fighter thing. Where they're standing behind the plane and it's like blowing shit into them.
It's a great bit.
Sitting in the chair the exact same way, like the old commercial.
Yeah.
And I went through like 200 comments. Everybody's like, Lunchley gave me brainworms. I love this shit. Is it great?
Lunchley.
You know about Lunchleys, right?
There's like brain parasites in it.
You're gonna soon be negotiating not buying Lunchleys for your daughter one day.
I guess so.
Yeah. Logan
That
Paul's going to
bullshit.
take all your fucking money one day.
I think it's like paint. I think it's like paint chips.
Yeah, no, it's actually
I have
like,
no idea what it is.
No, I think they're like actually getting like investigated by like the people who prosecuted the Sackler family. They're like creating thalidomide babies in trailer parks.
What is Lunchley?
It's MrBeast's new food product.
Mr. Beast,
yeah.
Logan Paul, and the guy KSI or however you say his name.
Yeah.
They have a new Lunchable that has Prime inside of it. I'm like Woodward and Bernstein for Lunchleys.
Logan Paul started Prime.
Right.
Yeah.
Which I've
Logan
heard
Paul.
is pretty bad.
Which
for
is
you.
different from Happy Dad, which was started by Nelk.
Yes. The Happy Dad seltzers. Yes. Which you now will see like at a presidential debate. And Steiny's like he's brokering the exchange.
Yeah.
God, Steiny's great.
I like Steiny.
I just love
Yeah,
that.
me too, man.
I just love that YouTube guys are like forming companies called like Microplastics LLC. like fucking like YouTube creators on the phone. Like, so like what states can we dump the toxic waste in?
Yeah.
So we can in Pennsylvania, but what if we drive to Ohio? Oh, that's fine. We can dump it there. Okay, that's great. Great.
Yeah, it ain't nothing but a thing, man.
A number thing.
Hey, at least they're not starting. What would you rather they get involved with politics and they start wars? That they bomb a bunch of people over there?
Yes,
so we can get their oil.
Yeah, because then my oil would be cheaper. That would actually kick ass. I'd be like, thank you, Jake Paul.
You're awesome.
Thank you that you turned a million children into liquid, and now my gas costs $2.50.
That's gonna be the next thing. Is like Logan Paul will have his own military, maybe.
Yeah. They'll be like
they start going
Blackwater.
to war with each other.
Yeah.
They're mercenaries.
Yeah, but they've all got like Gorilla Grip iPhones on their like rifles.
They're like the
They're
Tren de
filming
Aragua.
What's a Tren de Aragua?
The Venezuelan gang that keeps taking over cities. This is Logan Paul and his friends.
Yeah, this would be like TikTokers have taken over Pittsburgh. They rule the city now like Bane.
Okay, this one's fair to make fun of because I gotta get some steam off right now.
Okay, here we go.
I gotta get some fucking steam off.
Yeah, so make fun of some billionaires.
Wait, fuck. Do I even have the? Here we go.
I think that was 2017. And I was like, oh, these are my tax returns for this year. And he goes, do you realize that you earned more this year than in my entire career combined? And I was like, really? And he was like, yeah. And I go, do you realize that this was like just talking about my farts and stuff? It's just me being like, I farted and I actually shit when I farted. And he was like, that's great, buddy.
What's crazy is your kids will never have that with you.
They fucking better not.
Yeah, my daughters will never make more money than I make.
It's a great, they're about to start their careers.
They'll never achieve what I have achieved. They'll never fill these shoes. I will be their Bruce Willis. They will always be my Tallulahs and Scouts.
How was Chris
Crazy, but I
Benoit
remember
a better
my
dad?
Yeah, it would be better for their children if they tied a weightlifting rope around their neck. Did you know he did that, by the way?
Yeah, it was like a lot of Bowflex deaths and stuff.
They found him like tied up in a Bowflex like a big arachnid.
Yeah.
Like he was in a web.
Like a mech suit?
Like it was like a scarecrow.
Yeah, like in Silence of the Lambs where they go into the prison after he's escaped, the guy's tied up like that.
Let me see. Do they have pictures of the Chris Benoit
Please
death?
don't.
I watched a Dark Side of the Ring, which is a great show, by the way. And they blurred it out, but they show the like cop body cam going into the room, and you see the machine he's like tied up in, but they blur the body. Yeah.
Oh wait, what do I type in to find that?
Chris Benoit death
Don't know if
footage.
YouTube will let it be shown.
Oh, I know. That's just for us.
Just to
nothing on
get a
Google,
look at it.
Nothing on Google Images. Whatever.
It's a harrowing documentary.
Sort of
What?
like-
He did it. What the fuck? I just thought he was a wrestler. He's a double murder and suicide guy?
Yeah,
You didn't know what the joke was?
I'm doing a bit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he killed
Canadian, too. Crazy.
But to be
Yeah.
fair, he did hang himself.
Yeah, after he did
yeah,
it.
he punished himself.
This is for the
So is he really a bad guy?
double murder and suicide. You never see triple murder. Everyone kind of taps out after the two.
They're kind of lazy about that.
No one
Yeah.
ever falls through with the third one.
That is,
Well, they tell the third one, you go tell people what I've done here. Sending a message.
yeah, like Inglorious Bastard style.
Yeah.
So it says he murdered his wife Nancy and their 7-year-old son Daniel before hanging himself. Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In Fayetteville, Georgia. That's why he did it, folks.
Yeah.
Nothing to do in that damn town.
Because he was Tom Segura's CPA.
And Tom just kept going like, you realize like my life is better
He
than
goes,
yours.
it was all off shit and fart jokes. You realize that, right?
You realize I'm
You'll never make that much money. And Chris Benoit went home and killed everybody.
So I will say he placed Bibles by the bodies of his wife and son, so they could have, maybe found some sort of salvation before they died.
or
Maybe
use those Bibles to beat him to death like they were steel chairs. Who knows?
I wonder why the Bibles were there.
Why?
Yeah, why?
I think he was-
Why would he put Bibles next to?
I think if I remember the documentary, he was getting really into like he would call people and leave like really weird
Yeah.
messages, and he was getting into like God and the Bible. And I think he was one of those guys where it's like God told him to.
He had severe CT.
Why did God
Yeah.
tell him to do that?
Oh, because God hated his family. His son masturbated once as a teenager, so God said,
He said he duct taped their feet together.
so God said, "Well, you have to punish them."
A balled-up combination of a tube sock and tape was also found. There's so many uses for tube socks, and none of them are good.
Yeah, no, and tape really.
You really could just gag a woman or jack off.
Yeah,
Or just wear them.
that's the ad. It's like Flex Seal. It's the guy in Flex Seal going like, "Look at this woman's mouth," and he just slaps it. Flex Seal over the top of it. Yeah, he also his move was he would dive off the top buckle and he would hit people with his head. So he got like more CT than any wrestler in history because he used his head as a battering ram, and they would do like 300 shows a year back then. So his brain was just fucking just cottage cheese.
I think he sedated everybody with excuse me. I get choked up thinking about killing my family. I think it says he sedated them with drugs though, so they didn't feel a thing.
Well, his son was. I don't believe his wife.
Well, I mean,
His wife was
she
probably
knew
already,
she was getting into.
She probably already took the damn stuff. These wives these days.
The
With
risk
their-
reward if you're marrying a CTE.
Yeah. Mother's Little Helper is referring to Chris Benoit.
Yeah, bad guy.
Oh, what did Chris Jericho say? Can you scroll up for a second?
Mm-hmm.
Chris Jericho, his coworker and close friends say that his own research on the condition, the symptoms fit Daniel to a T all across the board. Okay, referring to. He thought HGH did it.
Yeah. Makes sense.
He later said that was probably not true.
I guess that is one of the benefits to being like a soy guy.
What do you mean?
Well, you won't like roid out and kill your family.
No, you'll
like if
ask-
you have high levels of estrogen
Would be
and man
crazy.
boobs and shit.
Their version of that is begging their family to kill them because they've cucked themselves so many
It would
times.
be crazy if one day, like Rogan, like Graham Hancock walks into his studio and Rogan just like crossbows him to death and loses his mind.
Yeah, Joe Rogan is Rambo in Austin. He's just in the trees killing people.
He just starts killing all of his favorite guests.
But he's so good at archery and fighting that the cops can't get him.
Yeah, he's hunting Jelly Roll, like the most dangerous game.
He's just like Batman for Austin.
Yeah.
For years, you'll be a couple walking down the street late at night, and they just see a guy swinging from like street lamps.
Yeah, it's like the OJ. It would just be the craziest trial of all time.
that would be pretty great.
I guess it says here that Benoit's computer showed he had researched the quickest and easiest way to break a neck, quote unquote. He had then later used a towel around his neck attached to the handle of a machine, which he pulled down using a very heavy weight and let go, breaking his neck instantly.
Yeah.
So that's how he killed himself.
Yeah, with like I think it was like the pull down machine for like your lats.
Crazy to go out like in like a weirdly poetic
I know.
for yourself.
The way you you were so good at killing your family was
like
what
if
killed you.
Vince Carter like dunked himself to death. Like he jumped his head into the hoop.
Yeah, he ducked his head out. And the people just going, "It's over." Oh, yeah. It's a doctor going,
Yeah.
"It's over."
Shaq's holding a 10.